Being the second means being the first loser. Triple teaming is equivalent to leaving someone open. Scoring 62 points in 3 quarters surpasses the Mavericks' total. A single game 81 points is a dragon-slaying feat unheard of before. Some people hate his arrogance, craziness, and stubbornness. But those who love him can't help themselves for the very same reasons. Because he is Kobe Bryant, the most obsessed basketball believer in the world. Living a Mamba-out life. Announcing that all members of the 90s generation have exited the stage of history. Legends will always come to an end, and gold will fade. When you want to give up, think about why you persisted to this point. I am Xiao Ming. Welcome to the end of the Gold Generation series. Life cycle. A reporter once asked Iverson, "Is the 96 generation the strongest draft year in history?" Iverson couldn't help but frown. Please remove that question. But this group was originally called the Evil Generation. They lack respect for the older generation of stars. Many people just went through college, and even 2 high school students joined directly. Among them, there is a guy, at his high school graduation ceremony, actually invited the popular female singer Brandy to be his dance partner. Completely indifferent to the envious, jealous, hateful looks from his classmates. Kobe in high school blew up all the people his age. He could play any position on the basketball court. Used to bring the ball up court alone and charge the basket. No teammate likes him, and he doesn't see any teammate in his eyes. Senior year, Kobe averaged 30.8 points, 12 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 4 steals, and 3.8 blocks, leading the team to a 27-win streak. Won the first state championship in team history for the first time in 53 years, and he scored a total of 2,883 points in his high school career, breaking the record held by Wilt Chamberlain in the league. The eve of the 1996 draft, Lakers godfather Jerry West told the media, "If Marbury is a senior, he is eligible to compete for the top pick. If Iverson could stay in college for another year, we will do everything we can to get him." But privately he told O'Neal, "We found a kid at the draft. He, together with you, could win 5 championships. This kid is Kobe." To get him, Lakers did not hesitate to give Valentine Divac the All-Star Center. They exchanged for a 13th rank in the first round from Hornets. This trade was something that the Hornets management could not refuse. It entirely nailed them to the column of historical humiliation. However, at this time, Kobe was not yet 18. He missed the immediate chance to sign a contract with Lakers. Therefore, O'Neal's carefully prepared Rolex was given to Lakers, and also their 24th ranked guard, Derek Fisher. During that period, high school graduates were mostly not favored. Topics revolving around Kobe were mostly about his relationship with Brandy. Jerry West was once worried that the glitzy and chaotic Los Angeles would make the 17-year-old Kobe lose himself. However, when he came to the court, he found that except self-torturing training, this kid was simply not interested in anything else. On November 3, 1996, Kobe made his NBA debut with a substitute to play 6 minutes. He scored 1 rebound, 1 block, 1 turnover, and 1 foul. On the team with Eddie Jones and Van Exel, there was no room for him. Days of sitting on the bench, thanks to Fisher's patience. Otherwise, the rookie number 8 would have driven himself crazy. Not until the dunk contest of 1997, Kobe won the throne with a change-of-hand dunk under his crotch. People then found that this 1.98 sweep guard is surprisingly similar to Jordan from Chicago. Even though the whole world knows that the Lakers are the Big Sharks team. But Kobe was already eager to take over everything. At the last 11 seconds of the Western semifinals of 5th game, O'Neal was fouled out. Lakers were in complete chaos. 18-year-old Kobe stood up. Like in his high school days, he dribbled the ball alone to the front court, bypassed Russell and completed his strike. Unfortunately, he didn't keep his balance well. Shot out a 3-pointer. The match went into overtime. Kobe also shot out 3 3-pointers. Lakers were defeated 93-98. After the game, O'Neal patted the rookie's shoulder, consoling, "Don't worry, brother will help you win everything." But he did not know. In Kobe's world, the one who can win the world can only be himself. As for the Shark, just grab that damn rebound. That night, the Lakers plane landed in Los Angeles when it was quiet at night. Kobe didn't go home, but found a basketball court near the airport. He began shooting alone. This was originally at 4 a.m. In his second season, Kobe grew fluffy hair, dropped 23 points in the opening game, and became the 6th man of the team. On December 17, 1997, the plagued Bulls encountered the Lakers without the Shark. Whenever fans marvel at the gangster's dance, it's still so smooth. When they look back, they always see a slightly thin young man attacking the Bulls basket in the same way. That night, the gang leader led his team to victory with 36 points. Kobe also underscored 33 points. When the 1998 All-Star list was announced, Kobe unexpectedly entered the Western Conference starting lineup. His eye contact with Garnett seems to foretell the era of high school students is slowly unfolding. Only they didn't know that the one who would take over the era from the gang leader was the older rookie who was sitting on the bench at this time. In the 1999 final, the Spurs beat the New York Knicks 4-1. Second-year Duncan won the FMVP honors. The Lakers were swept out in the Western semifinals. That off-season, O'Neal vented his dissatisfaction at the concert, while Kobe recorded a CD that was not released. It was during that time he met the beautiful dancer Vanessa. The Lakers then brought in Zen Master. His triangle offense perfectly suited O'Neal, bombarding an average of 29.7 points, 13.6 rebounds and 3 blocks of terrifying statistics. The shooting rate was as high as 57.4%, but since the free throw rate was only 52%, regrettably missed the unanimous MVP. It is precisely because of this weakness. If the Lakers want to go further in the playoffs, they must have a steady secondary scorer at the crucial moment. This task was tailor-made for Kobe. The 7th game of the Western Conference Finals, Shark was trapped and could not escape. The Trailblazers used 3 quarters to build a 15-point lead. The Zen Master told the Lakers during the timeout, "O'Neal has been surrounded by 4 people. You guys should attack on your own." Kobe's eyes were full of rage at this moment. He had been waiting for the coach to send this signal. Every turnaround in history starts with defense. With Kobe's volleyball-style block, stopped the Blazers' offensive momentum. Then Bryant silently put on the 8x magnifying lens. The basket suddenly seemed as vast as the sea. As the Trailblazers resolutely packed around O'Neal, Kobe got another chance to be a hero. He also played 47 minutes in this game, made 9 of 19 shots, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and in the final moments broke through Pippen's absolute defense. After attracting the pack, he delivered that historic alley-oop kill for O'Neal. This shot not only let the Lakers return to the finals after 9 years, it also ushered in the honeymoon period for the OK duo. Before the start of the finals, Kobe revealed a secret to O'Neal. He had started studying Miller a year ago, because he felt that this year's Pacers would be our last hurdle to the championship. O'Neal naturally didn't believe these so-called sixth senses. He only believes in absolute power. The first battle was led by 43 points, 19 rebounds, 3 blocks, dominating both ends of offense and defense, while Miller only scored 7 points under Kobe's lockdown defense. The Lakers easily won the first game with 104-87. For the Pacers, who made it to the Eastern Finals 5 times in the past 6 years, losing 3 games out of 3-4, their desire for the championship had also reached a fever pitch. So, Jalen Rose used a deadly move in the second game, causing Kobe to leave the game due to injury after only 9 minutes. In this match, he only scored 2 points out of 3 shots, and most likely would miss the remaining games. Facing such a despicable tactic, furious O'Neal went berserk, scoring another 40 points and 24 rebounds, helping the Lakers to secure a 2-o'clock lead. But without Kobe's lockdown defense, Reggie Miller became the incredible Mr. Clutch. With a 33-point performance in 1 game, he won 1 game back in Indiana. Jalen Rose's tactic worked. Pacers saw the hope to win the championship again. However, Kobe with a second-degree ankle sprain announced to the media, "I will definitely come back in the 4th game." The Pacers were not alarmed, because they firmly believed that Kobe had only 5% power left. All they needed to do was continue to pack around O'Neal. Then a fierce battle unfolded. O'Neal, well-deserved as the strongest creature on land and sea, once again scored 36 points and 21 rebounds. Only pity that he fouled out during overtime. The Lakers were once again pushed to the edge of collapse. Now they could only pin their hopes on Kobe. 3 years ago, he sent the Lakers home with 3 consecutive misses. But today, 3 years later, he wouldn't mess up again. Now, Kobe's spirit began to transcend his body, seemingly having already forgotten about the pain from the foot injury. Firstly, in front of Jackson, he stopped and scored with a pick and roll. Then, facing Miller's defense, he got his hand up, and a tip-in shot made for the almost kill. In this match, he played for 47 minutes, 14 of 27 shots to get 28 points, 5 assists. At the moment he won the match point, he raised his hands high, ignoring Jalen Rose who passed in front of him. In the end, the Lakers won the championship 4-2. O'Neal averaged 38 points, 16.7 rebounds, 2.7 blocks. And then with the FMVP trophy, began a celebration. While Kobe plunged into the training facility during the off-season, he continued to torture himself 10 hours a day. At 21, he seemed to have reached the top of the world. But so what? A hero is only for a moment. But legends are immortal. In the 00-01 season, Kobe's regular season score had risen to 28.5 points, plus O'Neal's 28.7 points. The strongest duo in history was officially born. The first round of the playoffs, the Lakers swept the Trail Blazers in a crushing manner, at one point even using O'Neal to take the free throws for technical fouls. In the Western semifinals, facing the renowned Kings, it was once again a ruthless sweep. In the Western Finals, facing the Spurs Twin Towers, Popovich once said, "They want to give the Lakers a hard time," but he changed all the starting players before the end of the fourth battle, expressing that they'll fight again next year. Kobe averaged 33 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds in this series. The title of Western Finals King was then spread from this point. This was the 2001 Finals. Although Kobe averaged 24.6 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 5.8 assists, yet he could only play the supporting role. O'Neal averaged 33 points, 15.8 rebounds, and 4.8 assists. He won his second FMVP in his career. 22-year-old Kobe stood behind him. His eyes were filled with ambition to replace him. Then time came to the 01-02 season. O'Neal was already 30 years old. For a huge man who weighs 330 pounds, his physical condition inevitably began to decline. And on top of years of hack-a-shack tactics, he had surgery on his toes at the beginning of the season. Whilst O'Neal was absent, Kobe was single-handedly leading the team to victory, especially in the match against the Grizzlies. He scored 56 points in just 34 minutes on the court. Shane Battier experienced the cruelty of the NBA for the first time, while Pau Gasol could just sigh with helplessness. If only our team had a guy like that. It was from this season onwards. Kobe kept hinting in training that he is the best player, but on the court, he just let O'Neal have all the fun. By the end of the regular season, he averaged 25.2 points. It was a decline compared to last year. Behind this patience was his desire for higher goals. In the first round of the playoffs, they faced the Trail Blazers again. Ruben Patterson, who called himself the Kobe Stopper, made bold statements. "I can lock down Kobe." Then, Kobe ended the so-called Kobe Stopper in just one game. The Lakers also eliminated the Trail Blazers for the 6th consecutive year. In the Western semifinals, Duncan averaged 31 points and 17.2 rebounds, 4.8 assists and 3.3 blocks per game, while Shaq was limited to 19.4 points and 12.2 rebounds by the Twin Towers. But the Lakers won the series in just 5 games. Kobe's unreasonable shots were the key to breaking the Spurs' absolute defense. However, in the 2002 Western Conference Finals, the Lakers met the fully upgraded Peak Kings. Edelman's Princeton tactics, strong against weak and smart against strong, were the key to restricting Shaq. When the Kings took a 3-2 lead in the series, the OK duo started a crazy attack on the basket. Ultimately, with O'Neal's 41 points and 17 rebounds, and Kobe's 31 points and 11 rebounds, the Lakers narrowly moved on with a score of 106-102. After the game, the referees became the focus of discussion. The Kings' 4 main big men committed a total of 21 fouls in the game, while O'Neal's view was, "I've been in this league for many years, and I probably only complained about the refs 5 times. Sacramento Kings. I think they should be the Queens team." Finally, after a hard-fought 7-game series, the Lakers proved their toughness. O'Neal had 35 points and 13 rebounds. Kobe had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Even with a bandaged finger, he made all his 11 free throws, and finally sealed the victory. Then the 2002 Finals once again became the stage for Shaq's killing spree. As for Kobe, he settled old scores with the 8th pick of '96, Kittles. The Nets had invited Kobe to a trial back then, but all they got was a ruthless rejection. The Nets management was upset about this, and repeatedly announced that Kittles was better than Kobe. But the fact is, the Nets got swept by the Lakers in the finals. After Shaq won his 3rd FMVP, he began the Emperor's life during the off-season, touring the worlds of advertising, music, and movies, and even took some time to get married. In the summer of 2002, Shaq was very busy, but Kobe was not idle either. He added 7 kilograms of muscle, practiced post moves and long shots, Many stories seemed ordinary at the time, but it was often in the ordinary that the final outcome was destined. Before the new season began, Shaq had another toe surgery and stated, "The injuries sustained during work should be healed during work." Kobe then silently took over the team's primary core. In the opening game against the Celtics, he crazily took 47 shots to get 41 points, setting an embarrassing record for 30 missed shots in a single game. As a result, the Lakers lost the game. But Kobe didn't care. "I would rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9. Going 0 for 9 means you gave up on yourself. You were scared out of the game." Similar words were also said by Iverson. Such obsession is the label of fanatical warriors, and it comes from their shared idol. Michael Jordan, the so-called number one in the league, is nothing but the ultimate form of individual heroism. Win together with joy, lose, and I'll take the blame alone. In the 02-03 season, Kobe's scoring surpassed Shaq's for the first time, reaching an average of 30 points per game. But the Lakers' record did not improve, instead it declined, as Phil Jackson temporarily left the team due to kidney stones. The conflict between the OK duo erupted completely. This team that had just established a dynasty now became scattered. In the Western semifinals against the Spurs, the Lakers fought hard for 6 games and were eliminated. Shaq's absolute dominance gradually disappeared, while Kobe, due to a moment of impulse, went from a beloved star to an outcast overnight. On July 1, 2003, 46 days after the Lakers were eliminated, a hotel front desk clerk named Caitlin filed a lawsuit against Kobe with the Eagle County Sheriff. Then a prolonged tug-of-war began, which forced Kobe to shuttle between the court and the basketball court in the new season. Shaq, being the big brother, advised Kobe to settle the issue with money. Unexpectedly, during the interrogation about an out-of-court settlement, Kobe directly exposed Shaq, subjecting him to public scrutiny, leading to the complete breakup of the OK duo. Moreover, Kobe lost many endorsements. His wife Vanessa also miscarried their second child, due to immense pressure. Ultimately, during that turmoil-filled autumn, the Lakers' F4 was defeated by the Pistons 4-1. Shaq went east to Miami. Kobe became the sole leader of the team as he wanted. But Phil Jackson left. And in his autobiography, he revealed, "Kobe is an uncoachable player." According to the comments from the outside world at the time, Kobe's career seemed to have reached the end of the road. But the Lakers still signed him to a 7-year, $160 million extension. And Kobe's case finally settled in September. The court declared him innocent in the end. But everything was already irreversible. Shaq was gone. Gary Payton was gone. Karl Malone also became estranged from Kobe because of Vanessa. He abandoned his pursuit of the all-time scoring record and chose to retire. Even Fisher went to the Golden State Warriors. The solitary Kobe officially began his days of being at odds with the world. On December 14, 2004, in a defeat to the Supersonics, Kobe scored 35 points, and his incessant trash talk infuriated Ray Allen. Ray Allen, usually a quiet and tough guy, rarely spoke out to the media. Kobe's style of play will harm the team. So, the grudge between Kobe and Ray Allen was set. However, the timeline of history has not yet reached the chapter of their confrontation. Currently, the two most dazzling guards of the golden generation are Iverson and Nash. In the 04-05 season, Iverson, returning to the point guard position, averaged 30.7 points and 7.5 assists, winning his 4th scoring title. Nash, returning to the Suns, led the team to the best record in the league, and beat Shaq and Duncan to become the regular season MVP. When the Lakers missed the playoffs, 27-year-old Kobe was like a runaway car, plunging into an endless abyss. If Kobe's career had ended years later, people might compare him to another Marbury. But with the return of the Zen Master, the story of the Black Mamba had just begun. During the Lakers' three-peat, the Zen Master clearly sided with Shaq. But now, Kobe was his trump card. With a simple hug, they resolved their past grievances. In Kobe's autobiography, he mentioned, "Phil was more than just a coach. He was a dreamer. In a way, Phil and I were a perfect match." In the 05-06 season, Kobe first appeared as the primary finisher in the triangle offense. In the first 3 games of the season, he averaged 36 points on nearly 50% shooting. His muscle definition was more perfect than the previous season, and he more closely resembled the Jordan that established a dynasty in Chicago. Iverson was still unstoppable that year. The scoring title race between them was intense, as the Zen Master handed the Lakers' offense entirely to Kobe. A brutal solo killing spree began. On December 12, 2005, after the Lakers lost to the Mavericks, with the record still hovering around the playoff edge. Kobe, who scored 43 points in the game, declared, "Next time, I'll score 50." 8 days later, the two teams met again. Kobe hit a three-pointer before the third quarter ended, breaking Shaq's single-game record of 61 points, ending the game with 62 points. At that moment, his points even exceeded that of the entire Mavericks team. However, he didn't play in the fourth quarter, because it was already garbage time. The fans in Los Angeles were excited but somewhat regretful, wondering how many points Kobe would have scored if he had kept playing. Fortunately, just a month and a half later, the historic 81-point game occurred as scheduled. On January 22, 2006, a night Jalen Rose will never forget. He spoke firmly after the game. "This was Kobe's revenge on me for back then." Raptors head coach Sam Mitchell also felt some regret. "Maybe we should have given up on the game earlier." However, Odom took full blame after the game. "You know, Kobe scored 81 points tonight, all because of me." It turns out that halfway through the game, there was an altercation in the Lakers locker room. Odom said trash talk to Kobe, who had only 26 points in the first half. "You're not Jordan, you can't lead us to victory." Thus began the crazy second-half massacre. Kobe scored 27 points on 15 shots in the third quarter, while the entire Raptors team only scored 22 points. The Lakers turned the score around to 91-85. But Odom kept talking. "I bet you can't score 70 points." So Kobe became even more bloodthirsty. After knocking down 2 consecutive threes, he had already scored 72 points. Odom kept provoking. "I bet you can't score 80 points." At this moment, the Staples Center audience had already forgotten about the Raptors, completely immersed in this ultimate scoring feast. When he reached 77 points, the Zen Master saw the game was decided, and considered substituting Kobe out. An assistant coach shouted at him, "Are you crazy? You're killing a record-breaking moment." Eventually, Kobe was subbed out with 4 seconds left, scoring 81 points in 42 minutes. After the season ended, he won the scoring title for the first time with an average of 35.4 points, redeeming his image. But Kobe never cared about image issues. The effort he put in could only be matched by a championship. However, Kobe never dreamed that between 2006 and 2007, he would be eliminated twice in a row by Nash, the 15th pick of the '96 class. Even though he set a record for scoring 50 points in a playoff game, the overall weak Lakers were still overwhelmed by the Suns' explosive offense. When management refused to trade Bynum for Kidd, Kobe's anger finally reached its peak. Recalling Jerry Buss's promise to bolster the team with a center and a point guard in '07, he demanded from management, "Either bring Jerry West back, or trade me." Old Buss naturally didn't want to lose Kobe, especially after witnessing the 81-point game firsthand. So he began his Tai Chi act. When Kobe wanted to go to Chicago, he made exorbitant demands to the Bulls. When Kobe didn't want to go to Detroit, he was happy to accept the Pistons' terms. Finally, after this farce, he and Kobe reached a consensus. "If the Lakers are the Titanic, we'll just go down with it." At the beginning of the 07-08 season, Kobe was still wearing the purple and gold. The only changes to the Lakers were Fisher's return and the growth of young Shaq, Bynum. But surprisingly, with this lineup, the Lakers once became the leaders of the Western Conference. However, misfortune struck. After 25 games as a starter, Bynum suffered a season-ending left knee injury. Everything returned to the scenario of Kobe carrying the team alone. Until February 2008, the arrival of Pau Gasol put the Lakers back on track as the Grizzlies' core for the past 6 years. Despite leading the team to 3 playoff appearances, Gasol's record was 0 wins, 12 losses. Fans called him soft, and management lost patience with him. But with him being a big man, who doesn't crowd the paint and can be a pivot at the free throw line, the triangle offense could reach its highest potential. After the regular season ended, the Lakers finished 57-25, leading the Wild Western Conference. In the playoffs, facing the 50-win Denver Nuggets, 33-year-old Iverson was still heroic. 24-year-old Anthony was full of momentum. Kenyon Martin kept trash-talking Kobe during defense. This series became Kobe's performance time. After sweeping the Nuggets, the Lakers eliminated the Utah Jazz 4-2. Near 30-year-old Kobe finally held the regular season MVP trophy. Then, after 4 years, reunited with the Spurs. Now, Duncan already has 4 championships, while Parker and Ginobili were in their primes. In the first game of the Western Conference Finals, the Lakers trailed 45-65. The Staples Center fell into deathly silence. Was a season's effort going down the drain? Then, with only 3 shots in the first half, Kobe silently switched to 1-against-5 mode, scoring 25 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds in the second half, leading the team to an 89-85 comeback. Next, the Lakers' momentum peaked. They sent the Spurs home in just 5 games. On June 5, 2008, Kobe reached the finals for the 5th time. It was the NBA's 62nd year. The Celtics led with 16 championships, and the Lakers followed with 14. Another Lakers vs. Celtics showdown reignited, maximizing the series hype. However, the series wasn't as fierce as imagined. Kevin Garnett's defensive coverage supported the Celtics' entire system. Ray Allen's lockdown defense on Kobe and clutch 3-pointers made it hard for the Lakers to build a substantial lead, and the versatile scorer Paul Pierce even staged his own comeback. After 6 games, the Lakers were heartbroken. Shaq even improvised a song to mock Kobe, "Without me, you're nothing." However, this humiliating defeat taught the Purple and Gold Brigade an important lesson. The finals are a life-or-death arena. Without a die-hard spirit, only slaughter waits. In the summer of 2008, Gasol proved his toughness in the Olympics, while Kobe led the U.S. team to redemption in his own way. In the 08-09 season, with Bynum and Ariza returning from injury, the All-In Lakers recorded a terrifying 65-win season in the Wild West, and Garnett's injury took the Celtics out of the title contention. Currently, the league's overwhelming narrative is 23 vs 24. Compared to the Cavs, who swept through the first 2 playoff rounds, the Lakers encountered trouble in the Western Conference semifinals. Facing a Rockets team without McGrady and Yao, they were dragged into a Game 7. Fans lamented, "Are the Lakers falling apart?" Under immense pressure from the outside world, the Zen master nonchalantly said, "Don't forget our goal." When the Lakers started playing rugged defense, the Rockets stood no chance. Gasol shed the soft label, dominating the paint with 21 points and 18 rebounds. In the Western Finals against the revamped Denver Nuggets, Kobe and Carmelo Anthony engaged in an intense physical battle, turning the court into a near-cage match. After the game, Black Mamba highly praised Anthony's tenacity, and Ariza's 2 crucial steals helped the Lakers advance by a narrow margin. A day later, the Eastern Conference Finals concluded. The Orlando Magic eliminated the Cavs 4-2, reaching the finals for the 2nd time in franchise history. Last time, they disrupted the Jordan vs. Hakeem script, and this time, they ended the 23 vs. 24 storyline. But like the 95 Shaq, Howard, in his first finals appearance, had no idea how seasoned his opponents were. In the first game of the finals, he went 1-4-6 from the field. Kobe destroyed the Magic's entire perimeter defense alone, scoring 40 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Next, the Magic's perimeter players started heating up. The Lakers abandoned inside defense for the perimeter. The Zen master had full control of the game. Unlike those motivational coaches, he focused more on building team culture. When a player's fighting instinct is fully awakened, the opponents are left with nothing but helplessness and despair. In just 5 games, the Lakers clinched the championship effortlessly. Kobe averaged 32.4 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 7.6 assists, winning his first Finals MVP, matching Shaq in the number of championships. In the offseason, he postponed finger surgery, participated in Hakeem Olajuwon's training camp, continuing to master the art of postplay. With his example, the defending champions didn't slack off at all during the 2009 offseason. Players voluntarily stayed in the gym, training hard. The shame brought by the Celtics was still vivid in their minds, and the addition of Artest surely added fuel to this ultimate showdown. With his addition, the Lakers' defensive intensity improved once more. They won 18 out of the first 21 games of the new season. But because he couldn't fit into the triangle offense, the Lakers' offense was no longer unstoppable. So Kobe had to frequently switch to 1-on-5 mode in crucial moments. Against the Heat, Kobe hit an off-balance, long-range 3-pointer over Wade, showing the world that even after 14 seasons, the Golden Generation was still the king of the league. Against the Celtics, Kobe made a game-winning shot with 7.3 seconds left. Afterward, Artest chased him around with praise. But Kobe, expressionless, said, "The job isn't finished." That season, Kobe made 6 game-winning shots. His ability to close games was the biggest guarantee for the Lakers' title defense. But the enormous effort also led to injuries accumulating towards the end of the season. Seeing Kobe wrapped like a mummy, the Zen master had to force him to rest. This was the first game Kobe missed since 2007. The Lakers lost 7 of their last 11 games. They finished the regular season with a 57-win record. In the first round of the playoffs, they faced the 50-win, talented young team from OKC. Kevin Durant, already the youngest scoring champion in history. 21-year-old Westbrook relentlessly attacked Fisher. 20-year-old Harden, a big fan of Kobe, already a versatile bench player. But the young Thunder trio lacked playoff experience. After the Lakers turned up the intensity, their shooting percentage plummeted. In Game 6 of the series, Durant and Westbrook combined for 12 of 43 shooting. Harden only scored 2 points all game, helplessly watching the Lakers advance to the Western semifinals. After this warm-up round, the Lakers fully entered championship mode. First sweeping the Jazz 4-0, then defeating the Suns 4-2 in the Western Finals, ending Nash's last championship dream. Then, as desired, they met the Celtics' Big Three in the finals. The humiliation from 2 years ago kept replaying in the Lakers' players' minds. On June 17, 2008, the Boston Garden was roaring. The Celtics blew out the Lakers by 39 points. The game hadn't even ended. They began celebrating ecstatically. Pierce even anointed Rivers as Red Auerbach. This bitter memory, lingering like a nightmare. Meaning again, it must be a fight to the death. Just 30 seconds into the game, Vanguard Arteas tangled with Pierce. Such intensity was his playground. Next was Gasol, risking everything in a brawl with Garnett. You could call him soft, but not weak. Then Kobe, conserving energy in the first half, exploded in the third quarter, eliminating any suspense in the game. Championship coach Rivers saw through the Lakers' strategy. He told the entire Celtics team, "The Lakers are fighting very hard this year, and what we need to do is fight even harder." Then Ray Allen stepped up, hitting 7 three-pointers in just half a game, along with Rondo's triple-double of 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. The Celtics successfully took one game back. Next, they would play 3 consecutive games at the Garden. 6 years ago, the Pistons used this advantage to humiliate the Lakers' Fab Four. The Zen Master knew the Lakers' predicament, but he said little, because he knew someone understood the stakes better. Thus, Kobe took 29 shots in Game 3. Though his 29 points weren't too high, his relentless defense held Ray Allen, who seemed divine last game, to sleepwalking this game, shooting 0-4-13 and scoring just 2 points from free throws. The Lakers regained the upper hand with a 91-84 win. Next, Rivers served another dose of motivational speech. When brothers are united, their strength can cut through metal. As long as we are united, we will win the series. Thus, Ray Allen painted his toenails green. The 100-year-old combined age of the Big Three struck again, joined by Big Baby and Nate Robinson. Both had breakout performances, squaring the series again. Before Game 5, Bynum had water drained from his knee to play in pain, completely neutralizing Big Baby. Kobe, with only 6 functional fingers, took 27 shots for 38 points. But the Lakers still lost. 2008 Finals MVP Pierce, who once scored 11 points in 35 seconds, had a strong performance, proving why he's called the truth. With 2 home games left, but down 2-3, the Lakers stood on the edge of a cliff. The usually stoic Zen Master made a move. Their shooting percentage was nearly 20% higher than ours, but they only won by 6 points. Do you know what that means? In Game 6, a clever Arteas lit it up for 15 points and 6 rebounds, but the driving force behind the Lakers' big win was suppressing the Celtics, shooting to 33.3%. Game 7 was imminent. Rivers mustered all his strength for one last motivational speech. 20 years later, we reunite here. When we shake hands, let our rings clink together. This was the 5th Game 7 in Lakers vs. Celtics finals history. The Lakers had never won one before, so it was destined to be a brutal fight. Even the referees allowed all physical confrontations. After 3 quarters, the Celtics led 57-50. In the intense battle, Kobe shot 5-for-20. 10 years ago, Mark Jackson, facing Kobe in the finals, now as a broadcaster, remarked, "Kobe's performance reminds me of John Starks, the Knicks legend who went 2-for-18 in Game 7 of the '94 finals, giving the Rockets their first title in history." Will Kobe follow in his footsteps tonight? The Zen Master kept emphasizing, "You've proven your toughness. Now score in the most comfortable way." Thus, the lifelong stubborn Kobe, in this game's 4th quarter, abandoned forcing shots against triple coverage. He and Gasol together grabbed the team's last 10 rebounds and hit 8 of 9 free throws, leading the team to an 83-79 win, breaking the curse, achieving his most important championship, and his second finals MVP. He showed with his actions. When it comes to basketball, I fear nothing. Those early mornings, those late nights of hard work, those exhausted yet compelled to continue moments. That's the power of dreams.